once this surgery is done, I do genuinely feel like that is my transition done, and I'm so ready for that. Okay. Oh, jump scare. Ah. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Alexis Blake. I am a trans woman and I share my life stories and opinions on social media. So a couple of things before we jump into the video. I look a little bit different today. I've not got any makeup on and my hair's pinned back. So this is a little bit out of my comfort zone. I love makeup and hair and feeling my best self, but we're going to do our makeup together today while I talk about the following. So I've been doing a lot of opinion videos recently, which I love doing, don't get me wrong. But I do say life stories and opinions on social media. So today we're just going to do a bit of a life update, a transition update, because believe it or not, I am 3 years into hormone replacement therapy. 3.5 years transitioning, but 3 years officially on HRT. And I want to give you a bit of an update. Have I got more changes? What's to come in my transition? Am I done? Am I nearly done? When will I be done? Let's dive into it and do our makeup together. Oh, there's something in my eye. Blake, what do you want? I've just fed you. Do you want to be famous? Do you want to be famous? Say hi to the camera. Hello. Sacrificing one of my good pillows for you. Are you gonna stay there and chill? I was flicking through my phone and I found this picture the very first day I took hormones, which was the 25th of February 2022. So we're almost at 3 years, which is crazy. It's gone so fast, but also taken forever. I'm doing my makeup. This is not food. I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I literally have been sat downstairs for the last 2 hours and he's ignored me and now he wants attention. It's always on your terms, isn't it? So, hormones. 3 years on hormones. I want to tell a little story. Let me just finish my foundation because I feel like this is rattling next to the mic and then I'll tell you the story. Maybelline Eraser Concealer for my under eyes and all my dark circles and things. So this week I have a story to tell you. I ran out of hormones. This has never ever happened before. I've had a period before where I had to go like a little bit shorter one day before I got my new prescription, but I ran out of hormones for 4 days and I had no hormones. And I knew that I was taking obviously serious medication. I've always been quite switched on to the fact that I'm a medical patient for the rest of my life and I've taken transition very seriously for what it is. But I went to get my prescription on Friday and they didn't have it and I had to wait until Tuesday to get it. And I thought I would be fine. I was not fine. And I didn't realise how much of an impact the hormones have. Not just like our moods and obviously like fat redistribution and feminizing and hair growth and all those like obvious things, but our hormones run our body. I didn't have the hormones for a couple of days and I thought, I feel really funny. I felt low and flat, which I kind of expected. I was having like hot flashes. So again, I was kind of expecting that. But what I didn't expect, all of my gums, this is kind of gross, I'm really sorry, but I'm just being honest right now. All of my gums were bright red, like, because even like small things like your hormones feed your whole body. It's what our body runs on. And I didn't have any in me. So my gums started going red. I thought, what is going on with my mouth? I started getting really dry lips on the inside. This weird side effects. I Googled it. Red gums is a side effect of the menopause. So my body was doing a synthetic version of that, because I know it's obviously very different, but it was doing a version of that which really scared me and my mood was so low. I felt awful. I had no energy. So if you're a trans girl or a woman who's in perimenopause, menopause and using HRT, it's so important to be on top of your prescriptions. Just don't ever let it run out because you will not feel great if it does. I'm just doing an everyday makeup, what I do for work, because I have to go out after this. So I'm thinking not big dramatic black smoky eye because I've got to pop to the shops and get some food. I love this cat, but I'm so allergic. But he just wants cuddles. The next thing I want to talk about, I'm now 3 years on hormones, like I said. Have I seen any more changes? Because I've not really done an update like this in so long. I genuinely can't remember the last time I did an update, maybe a year ago. I do feel like I have seen more changes over the last year. The changes have definitely slowed right down. I have noticed that. I'm not getting as many. I think the biggest change I've noticed, well, there's a couple actually. One of them, my feet have shrank a shoe size and I've gone from men's to women's shoes, because men's shoes and women's shoes are different because men's are wider, same length but wider. I now fit in women's shoes with the width of my feet and I've shrunk one whole shoe size, which is wild. Like, people don't realise what the hormones can do, but they can do so many amazing things. I've still got big feet, but it's one size smaller. That's all that I care about. One other thing that I have noticed, a huge change that I've really noticed this last sort of 6 months, is my body. My body has changed so much. I've always been very boxy. I'm quite tall and broad, as I've mentioned before, like many women are, but I've always been quite boxy in my waist, and I've never had hips because obviously I don't have female bones. So I don't have hips, and I never have. So I did consider a BBL. I then talked myself out of it, and I'm like, that's not something I want to do. And then all of a sudden, this last 6 months, I've just seemed to have developed more fat. Hormones don't actually move fat around your body when we start taking HRT. What happens is we naturally lose and gain weight. We lose it in the male places for trans women, and then when we regain it, we gain it in the feminine places. Like me, for instance, as I've lost little bits of weight, it's come off my tummy and my back, like manly places. And then as I've gained it, it's come on like under here and my hips. So like my waist has gone from this to more of like a very slightly taken in, and my hips have definitely grown so much, which I'm so grateful for. I've got up a size on the bottom. So now my bottom and top matches, because before I was one size on top and I was a size smaller on the bottom because I was giving that. And now I'm more balanced, which is great. So I've definitely noticed more body changes over the last 6 months, but I do think the changes have really slowed down now, because they do say when you get to about year 3, that's when the changes really start to like pitter out. I don't know, let me know if you've had any different experiences to me in the comments, if you've had changes beyond that, but that's just what I've seen for me personally. Just contouring with the Hoola bronzer, well, contouring, bronzing, whatever you want to call it. I have a question that is for anyone maybe who's transitioned and who's further into it than me, or just your opinion really. When does transition end? Does it end? Is it something that, like, I know the hormones are something we have to do forever, but I feel like every trans person gets to a point where they've maybe developed the body a certain way with the hormones, they've mastered their techniques on the hair, the maybe if you're a trans woman, the clothes, the styling, maybe they've had all the surgeries they want. What is the end point, would you say? I know it's different for every trans person. I feel like I'm almost at my end point, which, oh my gosh, I have been waiting. Do you know what? I don't want to sound ungrateful, because I am so grateful to be able to have transitioned, and I know I'm very lucky. Sorry, just had to remove the makeup from my lips and eyebrows. I'm using the Ultra Glued Got To Be Indestructible Styling Gel. I just use this on my eyebrows. It's really good. And obviously this is £5 and you get all of that. It's going to last forever. End of my transition. Like I said, I'll be on hormones forever. That's just part of transition. But, big but, I do feel like the end is actually near, which I've loved every minute of it, and there's been painful bits and hard bits and heartbreaking bits and happy bits. There's been all the emotions on my transition. I'm just so ready for it to be done, and I'm just then fully 100% Alexis, and there's no more of this and that, and I need to get that surgery and I need to laser that and do this, and I'm just ready for that to be done. I'm almost done with my laser, which is amazing. Like from here down, I've completely lasered everything, which is amazing because I hate shaving. So I've got like one more session of that. And then I have my facial feminization surgery booked for March. It's the grand finale of my transition. I know I shouldn't joke about it. It is very serious surgery what I'm getting. I have done a recent video about it. If you want to watch it, Liam will link it somewhere up here, or it'll be in the video description box, or it'll just be the last video on my page. In the video, I go in depth into what surgery I'm getting and why I've picked those surgeries and things like that. But I'm just so ready to have it all done and not have to plan, because I feel like, I don't know if any other trans person feels like this, but I feel like with transition, you have gender dysphoria, obviously. You then fix one thing, you get that one surgery, or you grow your hair out, and then the gender dysphoria just shifts to another place, and then you have to fix that and change that and tweak that, and it keeps moving and moving round until you've done everything that you personally need to do for your journey. That's what I'm so done with. Like, my face was never a major gender dysphoria. I always had gender dysphoria on my face, and I still do now, but as I've had different surgeries around my body and grown my hair and my body's changed with hormones, the gender dysphoria I feel on my face has got so much worse, to a point now where when I'm filming, I hate doing that. If I see my side profile like that when I'm editing, I will cut it out because I hate it so much. And I know it's my thing for me personally, and everyone says I don't need facial feminization surgery, but it's so unique to each person. And I always say, like, it's whatever you need to do to feel the best that you can feel. And that's why I'm going ahead and doing it. Once this surgery is done, I do genuinely feel like that is my transition done, and I'm so ready for that. It's so weird because when I started my transition, this is the Lash Sensational by Maybelline. No, it's not. That's a total lie. Oh no, it's not. I'm telling the truth. Lash Sensational Sky High by Maybelline. This is the waterproof one. It holds a curl better waterproof mascara. Oh, that's on my eye. Great. Do you know what? We're just going to keep it simple today and leave it there. What's really weird... Oh, what am I doing? I need a drink. I need a minute. I just need a minute. I just need a minute. That's better. I don't know if I mentioned, but the video that will be linked, I go into full detail of the different surgeries that I'm getting next month and why I'm getting them and how the surgeries will feminize my face. When I first began transition, the first surgery, weirdly, out of everything that I knew I wanted to get was FFS. It was my main focus for so long. It wasn't like other gender affirming surgeries that trans people can get. It was the facial feminization. That's what I was so fixated on at the start. And then I quickly realised with all the different surgeries that I wanted to get, it was going to be quite expensive. It's something that I was going to have to look at more of a long-term thing. And I wasn't originally planning on getting it this year. It kind of has just happened for a few reasons. We're getting married this year, so I just had this awful thought. I was like, wedding pictures are the one pictures that stay with you forever, and I want my wedding pictures to look like me. I don't want to look like a different person, so I really wanted the surgery done for our wedding. But I'm very excited. I feel like transition has been a wild ride, and don't get me wrong, I will always be a trans woman, but I feel like I'm closing a chapter on my transition after next month. Once I'm recovered and healed, I feel like the major things that I wanted to do and the big expenses and the painful recoveries are almost there, and I'm so ready for that. I'm just so ready for that. So I would love to hear anyone's experiences below with transition, how you're finding it. Are you further ahead than me, behind me, earlier on, pre-transition? Like, everyone's transition's so different, and I think I've done mine the best way for me personally, but I'm just ready just to be fully Alexis, and then I can just keep living and be happy and feel trans joy every day, because I genuinely do. Okay, what do we think? Do I still look like the same person? Shall I try and do the pose? Wait, is his that way and his head's... me. Can we see a lot of differences? It's crazy because it's when I look back at photos like this, I see how much has changed. I can't tell you what's changed, but so much has changed. Okay, I'm going to stop doing this position now. But yes, very grateful. I'm always feeling grateful for transition and the position I'm in to be able to do it and to live finally as the real me. I'm not going to get soppy and emotional, I'm not going to cry, but 3 years, it's a big milestone. I wish I had a cake or something, but it's very exciting. So I just want to thank you all for coming on the journey so far with me. The journey is just beginning of my life, Liam's life, where we go next, what's next for us, and I will always continue filming videos, but I feel like the major part of my transition is now the chapter is closing, and I'm so ready for that. I'm so ready to not have to get a laser session every week and get this treatment and that, and this surgery is coming up and recovery. I'm ready for that to not be a thing. But anyway, I'm just babbling on now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a little bit different for me. This is more of a life video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, even though I know it's different for me, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. It does genuinely help my channel, and I'm loving that it's still growing and it's becoming its own thing. I love it. So thank you so much for all your continued support. And like I said, go and watch my other video that came out with my FFS, facial feminization surgery, and I talk about what I'm getting, how it's going to work, the recovery and things like that. So please go and have a little look at that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.